I want to tell you about a period on my main account that I'm not proud of. I'm talking about the stretch where I was queuing at midnight after a bad day, losing a game and immediately hitting find match again, playing heroes I hadn't practiced because I was bored and frustrated, going on 5, 6, 7 game losing streaks and just not stopping. You know that feeling where the game stops being fun and you're just playing out of spite, trying to claw back at what you lost? That was me for weeks and even months. And every single one of those games is permanently baked into my MMR. That's the thing about Deadlock's ranking system that nobody really talks about. It never forgets. Every tilted game, every 2 AM match, every experiment on a hero you had no business playing at your rank, it's all in there, quietly dragging your badge down and keeping it there. After 500 hours of that, I was stuck in Arcanist, and no matter what I did, I couldn't move. So last week I made a fresh account, played 6 games, and placed Oracle. 6 games, Oracle, 500 hours, Arcanist. Now before you say it, yes, I know exactly what that looks like, and I'm going to be upfront. Those 6 placement games, I was smurfing. Not on purpose, not to ruin anyone's experience, but the reality is I'm a 500-hour player who showed up in lobbies full of people who had no idea what was coming. That's not okay, even if I didn't mean for it to happen. But I'm keeping the account because my main is so tilted, so buried in bad data that the MMR at this point isn't a reflection of my skill. It's a reflection of my worst moments. The fresh start is the only honest read I have left on where I actually am. And figuring out why the new account plays so much higher, that's what this video is about. Because it's not a bug, it's not broken matchmaking either. It's the system working exactly as designed, and once you understand it, everything about why climbing feels impossible finally makes sense. So let's get into it. So here's what actually happened with that fresh account. When you have 0 match history, Valve's system has no idea who you are, so your first few placement games carry enormous weight, way more than any individual game on your main account will ever carry again. The algorithm is making a big guess with very little data, so it moves fast. Those 6 games, I played them with 500 hours of muscle memory. My aim, my map awareness, my decision making, all of it was there, and the system saw someone performing way above the average new player and shot my starting MMR up to Oracle. It wasn't luck, it was 500 hours of skill being correctly read by a system that had no baggage to work with. Now flip that around. On my main account, Valve has played hundreds of games with me. Every tilt session, every bad game after work, every time I was trying a new hero in what I thought was a casual match, which by the way doesn't exist anymore. Every game counts towards your MMR now. All of the data is in the system, and after all of it, the algorithm has a very confident, very precise read on exactly where I sit. The system isn't guessing anymore. It's certain, and it's certain that I'm an Arcanist. I do want to add on, in my Arcanist games on this account, it always felt like I was pushing against the current. Like my teammates did not understand the map or where they were supposed to go, and I was trying to carry the whole team every single game. Not that I had the skill level or I was supposed to carry the team every game, but the map awareness factor did not feel level with how I was reading the map and how I was moving, which ultimately in turn messed up the whole game for me. Let me break down what's actually happening within the ranking system because Valve doesn't tell you most of this. There's no separate ranked mode in Deadlock anymore. Valve removed it in late 2024. Every game you play is a ranked game. There's no warm-up, no casual mode. You queue up and it counts. Your badge, your rank, now updates in real time. The moment your MMR crosses a threshold, it changes. There's no more weekly resets. That sounds like a good thing, and it is, but it also means there's nowhere to hide. A bad day isn't just a bad day. It's a permanent mark on your MMR. And here's the part that most players don't know about. Hero MMR. Alongside your core MMR, Valve tracks separate rating for each hero based on your last 20 games with that character. When you queue, the system matches you using the MMR of the specific hero you've selected, not just your overall rating. So if you're grinding one hero, you'll start getting harder games on that character specifically. And if you swap to a hero you haven't played in a while, the system gives you easier matchups until it recalibrates. On my new account, I had 0 MMR data. Everything was fresh. On my main account, every hero I've ever touched has its own history. That's another reason the new account felt so different. I wasn't just starting over an overall MMR, I was starting over on everything. So let's talk about the reasons you're actually stuck. So if you're stuck at a rank like I was, here's what's probably actually happening. Your main account has baggage. Every off-peak game you played at 2 AM when the matchmaking was loose and unfair, that's in there. I do think that my case is somewhat rare, and most accounts don't have enough games played, hours, or stats tracked to actually get a good judgment on if you're hard stuck or not. However, every tilt streak where you queued again when you should have stopped, that's in there too. Valve's system even adjusts how much a match counts based on how far off the lobby was. Off-peak games way less, but a loss is still a loss and it still costs you energy and mental state. You're also probably not playing a small enough hero pool. This one hurts me to accept. The hero MMR system rewards focus. 2 or 3 heroes played consistently lets the system learn you accurately and match you appropriately. The moment you start rotating through a big pool, you're constantly playing in lobbies that don't reflect your actual skill on that character. You feel like the matchmaking is broken. It's not. You just keep starting from scratch. The economy is also a hidden wall. The players who climb the fastest aren't always the best fighters, they're the best farmers. If you're consistently richer than your opponents at minutes 10 to 15, your fights feel easier, your items spike on time, and your mistakes get covered. If you're behind economically, everything feels unfair even when it isn't. I've had games where I played well by every visible metric and still lost because I was always just a bit behind on souls. That's not matchmaking, that's a skill gap I wasn't even aware of yet. I want to be honest about something too. Looking back at my main account, I know where there are entire weeks in there where I was playing tilted, playing tired, playing off peak, and playing heroes I hadn't practiced. And all of that is permanently factored into the system's read on me. The new account placed at Oracle because I played 6 focused, intentional games. No baggage, no tilt, just playing well. That tells me the skill is there. The MMR on my main account isn't wrong, it's just built on 500 hours of inconsistency alongside the good games. So the question isn't, why is the system broken? The question is, why did I give the system so much bad data to work with? My rule now, 3 losses in a row and I stop. No exceptions. The games are 30 to 50 minutes long. Losing 3 back to back means I've already spent 2 hours tilting and I'm about to spend more. The system is recording all of it. So here's where I'm at. I'm keeping the new account and I'm turning it into my main account. My other account has too much baggage. Years of tilt, off-peak games, hero experiments, all permanently baked into a number that no longer reflects where I'm actually at. The fresh account does. Is that smurfing? For those 6 games, yeah it was. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. But once the system calibrates me at Oracle and I'm playing against Oracle players every time, that phase is over. Within 20 or 30 games I'll be exactly where I belong. And that's the real lesson here. The MMR system isn't broken. It's actually very good at finding your level. The problem is it never forgets. Every bad week, every tilt streak, every game you should have quit after is still in there, pulling you down. Your rank isn't just your skill, it's your skill averaged across every version of you that ever sat down to play the game. Tired, focused, tilted, warmed up, on the right hero, on the wrong one, all of it. The only way to fix that over time is to play better, more consistently, and stop giving the system bad data. That's the real grind. Not the games, the consistency. Drop your rank in the comments. I want to know where you're sitting at on the MMR ladder, and if you want to follow the climb on this new account, subscribe. I'm posting every week and we're going deep on this game together. I'll see you guys in the next one.